What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know who I am, you know what I do, and you know who I do it for, and it's most certainly for you. Welcome to yet another edition of The Checkup, where I, your host, Dr. Rectangle, give you all of your gaming information, news, and opinion post-haste. And ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about it. E3, Sony and Microsoft have both given their presentations, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not amused by either company. Nobody has moved me at all. Because let's face it, Sony, let's face it, Microsoft, your biggest headlining games are games that we either knew about from last year's E3 or knew were coming months in advance. Hell, the whole Xbox One Slim here, when did I talk about that story? Like in 2015? People said, oh, there's no Xbox One Slim coming, you're crazy. And then all of a sudden, the article that I produced and the article that I found are both right. Congratulations, guys. Wow, I'm really stunned, even though I knew this for like half a year. Congratulations. Ooh, Gears of War 4. Woo, Scalebound. I mean, don't get me wrong. Scalebound looks like it's going to be a damn good exclusive. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. But at the end of the day, when you look at the PS4, they have one coming out that's about the same. Maybe not the same lore-wise or gameplay-wise, but in terms of feel and the way they've tried to present it, they look relatively similar, although one has a lot more mechanical things, that game called Horizon that's coming out, so we'll see how that works. But then you have your Forza Horizon 3, your Halo Wars 2, so I mean, we're talking the spin-offs to sequel games here on the Microsoft front, and Sony's bringing us Crash Bandicoot as a Skylander and then remastering some of his older games. Look, if you want to know the truth, you can't sit here and just bring remaster after remaster after remaster and expect me to get hype. I want new games, I want new IPs, and then the new IP that we did actually see, oh, for the love of God, it just so happens to be yet another pinnacle example of, hey, look, guys, there was that one game that was really good that one time, LA Noire, but now we're going to make it about future and androids and stuff. That's what it looks like to me. Now, maybe this is just being way too critical on a game that's not out yet. Don't get me wrong, that could 100% be the case. But right now, I see iRobot had sex with LA Noire and produced this game that Sony has put on my doorstep. Sorry, guys, this is what I see. As far as Sony goes, they have Hideo Kojima come out there. You know, the same Hideo Kojima that was booed last week, cheered the week before that, booed last month, booed the month before that, cheered for the rest of his life before that, with boos thrown in here or there. It's an emotional roller coaster with that guy, his fans, and his haters. But we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about the game that he's producing. And when you look at it, you got to do more than show me some ink blot tests, a baby shackled to another adult, and the adult then losing the baby, and then just apocalypso everywhere. Like, you gotta do more than that in order to get me hyped. Like, I'm sorry. There's people out there who I'm just convinced. I'm convinced. Yes, I'm in my jammies. Don't worry about it. I just woke up exposed. But there's people out there right now who will be like, Raid, this banana. Oh yeah, Raid can. Oh, that feels so good. Then you put Hideo Kojima right here, all of a sudden it's an instant cult classic and it's a fucking hit and everybody fucking loves it. I don't understand it. Look, I like Hideo Kojima, I like Metal Gear, but I'm not just because I see his name ejaculate on my screen just because Hideo Kojima Productions popped up on the screen for 2 seconds. That's not how it works for me. That shouldn't be how it works for you. But if it is, I'm questioning where your loyalties are, honestly. I really am. So with that said, the biggest takeaway from what I've seen between these two conferences is the whole thing that Microsoft is now not competing with the PS4. The Xbox One is an ecosystem now. Yep. If you have a PC and you've bought a few Xbox One console exclusives, you are still on the Xbox One ecosystem. That's their keyword now. Not water cooler, but ecosystem. It's an architecture where if you go from PC to Xbox One, you get to transfer your save data, your achievements, etc., etc. Which, don't get me wrong, it's really cool. I'm not trying to downplay that, but I'm just trying to let you guys know how bad the Xbox One is doing, that their PC as well now, like, you know, regardless, we're not here to talk about that type of discrepancy. But there's no reason for me to own Xbox One now. Because now, a lot of the exclusives that were on the Xbox One will also be coming to PC. And if they're on PC, I have no reason to go out and buy an Xbox One at this point. However, I'll admit some of their games like Scalebound, you know, Forza Horizon 3, Forza Motorsport 6 or 7, look like they're going to be interesting titles. Although they're going to be status quo in terms of the Forza, the Gears, and things of that nature. But they're coming to PC. As I said, aforementionedly, no reason to get an Xbox One, even though these are exclusives that are quote-unquote sequels to things that have already happened, especially since, Forza's Forza spinoffs is already on 3. Like, it's already a third sequel on a spinoff. Halo Wars is getting a sequel. Let's think about that for a second. Then you also have God of War coming on Sony's side. I don't give a shit about God of War. I never gave two fucks about God of War. But the fact of the matter is, God of War is definitely a Sony staple. It's a franchise. It is something that is known as a killer app, which means people will actually go out and buy a console for a God of War game. So, you got your God of War. Don't care about Gears of War on Xbox. Don't care about anything that begins with the letter G and then has the word of war after it. Probably don't give a fuck about it. Just saying, in my personal perspective, in my taste of games. So we're going to see what Nintendo has to bring in the upcoming days. But with that said, it's not about what I think. Tell me in the comment section below what you think, who you think won E3 so far, who has had the best conference, has Bethesda wowed you with any of their new products, are you looking forward to seeing anything later in the week at E3, are you looking forward to anything that's actually been announced at the current conferences that you can't wait to get your hands on, is there any information on any games that you would like to share? And yeah, with that said, drop that in the comment section below. If you like this video, remember to like it. If you didn't, remember there's a dislike button there for a reason. Tell me what I can do to get better as a YouTuber, as a video maker, as a content creator for you guys. With that said, I'm your host, Dr. Rectango. I've been your guy. Thank you for tuning in. And with that said, hopefully you have a good day and even better tomorrow. And this was the longest outro I've ever had. So with that said, later.